Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Ian Macmillan. I manage the Russian East European and Eurasian Studies Northeast program based out of Yale, but incorporating about 65 institutions across the Northeastern United States. Our mission is to support undergraduate and master's level students at institutions in the Northeast and to help them pursue REEESNe-related studies and careers, especially those outside of academia. But our programs, at least many of them, are open to anyone, and we're really glad to have had students, faculty, and administrators from outside of the Northeast Network join us today. As of course, also to be welcoming presenters from institutions outside of the region and even outside of the country. This event is being recorded up until the breakout session part of the event and will be posted to REEESNe's website for consultation. So you feel free to come back and review those materials, to share the website link with others who might be interested in learning about these programs. I'm going to start off today by sharing links from a few programs who are not able to join us today, in hopes that these may be of further interest. I invite you to peruse them on your own time. And also just a very quick word about them as we begin. And give me just one moment, if you would please, to share my screen with you all, and we will begin. So in addition to the presentations we have from 7 institutions today, it's worth noting that, as shared in the chat, there are also programs you might explore at the College of William and Mary, which notably has an ROTC focus for its program in Russian. Columbia University also has a Russian Practicum intensive program, as does Middlebury Language Schools with their Russian focus in their summer program. And you may wish to check out these further. If there happens to be anyone joining us at the last minute from one of these institutions, I invite you to reach out to me in the chat if you would like to say a quick word at the very end of our more formal presentations today. So with that, we will turn to University of Pittsburgh Slavic Language Institute.
Thank you so much, Ian. I'm really happy to be beaming into everybody and have the chance to tell a little bit about what we call Pitts SLI, Summer Language Institute. From right here in Pittsburgh in the office, we're preparing to start on June 6th this year for the 2022 Institute, which will be in, let's see, 4 formats. So we are, I would say, a smaller intensive program where about half of our students, 50 to 70 students we have in Russian at 4 levels every summer. And then we have about 50 to 70 students in languages, mostly Slavic languages, other than Russian, every summer. And this year we have 4 formats, all of which were established in accordance with students' preferences, needs, demands. So the majority of our programs are on campus classroom instruction right here in Pittsburgh on our beautiful, you see the photo of it, our beautiful campus, the Cathedral of Learning in the background, which is the tallest academic building in the world after Moscow State University, but they put a pole on top, so it's not fair. And we see our Pitt Panther. So the majority of our students will be with us in Pittsburgh, enjoying the summer in Pittsburgh in the intensive classroom. And then we'll also have a few online sections for levels at which there was a high demand for that. And this year we were able to reinstate our Montenegrin study abroad program. Unfortunately, for obvious reasons, we couldn't have our Russian study abroad program given all of the various tragic reasons for disruption. But we've also traditionally had Czech and Slovak abroad programs. So we're just getting back up. What I'll say about the primary things for our audience today is that it is still at most levels possible to apply. And at most levels for Russian, we have Pittsburgh classes and online classes. They last 8 weeks from June 6th to July 29th, beginning through 4th year. And we actually still have scholarships available. Our scholarship fund, which is an internal scholarship fund open to everybody. You don't even have to be a traditional student and earning an undergraduate or graduate degree. Our scholarship fund was in good shape because of, ironically, some of the cost savings of the pandemic from not being allowed to have special events on campus. So we have funding much later than usual in our cycle. But if you don't go to the University of Pittsburgh, it does take a week or two for us to get through the administrative process of getting a guest student account and enrolling. So if you have any students who are still seeking a class, we would urge you to contact us as soon as possible. Our website is www.sli.pitt.edu, and our email address is sliadmin@pitt.edu, sliadmin@pitt.edu. I should say, in addition to the language learning, we have a really full cultural program. We do not have a language oath because one of the features of our program that distinguishes it from some of the fully immersive programs is we are a semi-immersive program. Between 9 and 3, we're immersed in our languages. After 3 o'clock, we like to have lots of opportunities for Russian students to interact with the Czech, Slovak, Bosnian, Croatian, Montenegrin, Serbian, Turkish, Hungarian, all the different languages from our region, and learn a little bit about the region as a whole. So I think that's about time for me. And thank you all for listening to a little bit about our institute.
Thank you very much, Kathleen. Next, going to hear from Bryn Mawr College.
Hello, my name is Irina Walsh. I work at Bryn Mawr, and I co-direct the Summer Language Institute for Russian in the summer, during the summer with Billy Joe Amber, who is here too. Our program is quite similar to the program at Pittsburgh, actually, but probably a little bit smaller, and we offer courses only in Russian. We are located about 20 minutes away by train from Philadelphia, and our program is about 50 years old by now. In a couple of years, it will be. It has traditionally been an immersion program, in-country immersion program, with both the curriculum and the extracurricular activities. But in the last 2 years, we had to change the format. And in last year and the year before that, we offered all the courses only online. This year, we're doing both. So first year Russian courses will be offered in class, in person, on campus with the residential component. And second and third levels will be offered virtually. Yeah, we also offer generally fourth year Russian, but for this year, we canceled that class. We do not accept applications for first and second year anymore. The classes are full, but for third year, there is still space and you can still apply. There is financial aid, but the deadline for financial aid is already passed. All of our classes are team taught. Our instructors are in this country and worldwide. If you know, at Bryn Mawr, we have a flagship program, and flagship has a campus in Kazakhstan, in Almaty. And so one of our instructors teaches from Almaty. We also accept flagship students from other flagship campuses, if that, and accept their financial aid if that works. What else? Yes, our classes are very intensive, of course. In the 8 weeks of the program, students will get an academic year long worth of credit. We invite students from all over the country. And last year, we even had students who were in Azerbaijan and in China. China did not work really well because of the time difference for the student in China, but the student from Azerbaijan was able to do an internship during the day and study Russian at night. Typically, we've had traditional students, but in the last few years, we had more and more heritage learners, and we were able to accommodate both groups of learners. Our program is smaller. And so that's, I think, one of the benefits of our program, because you can always talk to instructors, obviously, and also there are opportunities for one-on-one tutoring, which I don't know how available they are in the big programs. Another thing that distinguishes our program is that we accept students, but you do not have to be a student to take part in the program. You have to be 16 years old and up, and then it doesn't matter whether you're in high school or in college or in graduate school, or if you're not in school at all.
Irina, may I invite you to share one more exciting thing about your program?
I think I've shared enough exciting things about our program. I'm done.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Next, we'll hear from Bard College.
Hello, everyone. My name is Olga Voronina. I am Director of the Foreign Languages Program at Bard College. I'm also Associate Professor of Russian at Bard. I do not direct any study abroad programs. It's just a matter of emergency that I stepped in and am presenting on this exciting new opportunity for our students and students from other North American institutions to study Russian in the summer in Bishkek. As you know, Bard had an office and a very intense and intensive set of programs at Smolny College, Faculty of Liberal Arts and Sciences of the St. Petersburg State University for many years. And Michael Fries, who's my colleague at Bard, present here today, is going to share his experience with you in the breakout rooms. Michael directed that office. Unfortunately, Bard was kicked out of St. Petersburg and out of Russia, and we're now relocating to Bishkek with Michael's responsibilities now covering all of those programs in Bishkek. He will be directing our study abroad office there. We are offering this summer a pilot program of 6 weeks of transitional Russian for students who finished first-year Russian course and are planning to study Russian in this 201 format back at Bard or at their institutions. We are suggesting that they enroll in 2 classes, one of them in the Russian language, another has a Russian and Eurasian Studies credit. It is titled Post-Soviet Central Asia, Sovereignty, Community, and Cultural Self-Expression. It's a team-taught course. American University of Central Asia faculty are dividing it between themselves, and they're offering 6 weeks of classes related to the subjects such as anthropology, film, history, political studies, literature, and cultural self-expression. There are 3 hours of Russian a day plus Russian tutorials, some of them one-on-one, other in small groups. There are also Russian lunches, Russian tables with lunch every day. There is a cultural program, including a trip to the Lake Issyk-Kul and also to a national park that is very beautiful and students love going there. We have visits to various Central Asian institutions embedded in this course, such as kindergartens, hospitals, museums. Students will be able to explore the region as well as its natural beauty. And the faculty who are teaching Russian language are trained in Russia and in the United States, have a lot of experience and are specifically chosen for this program. Our program is $7,500 for 8 credits, and we are closed for enrollment. We do offer a semester abroad program in the fall. If you're interested in that, please talk to me or Michael. We're happy to expand our knowledge on that and explain what we know and what we are ready to offer. And also the spring semester will have a semester abroad program for Bard students and those visiting from other institutions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Olga. University of Arizona in Kazakhstan.
The next slide is mine too. We actually have slides.
Let me get it back up.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ludmila Klimanova. I'm a faculty member at the University of Arizona, as Ian mentioned, and I'm also directing a study abroad program in Kazakhstan. The program exists since 2015. And we have been working with students, local students, students from Arizona, but also we have students from other institutions. And in fact, about 60% of our students in Kazakhstan come from other universities from outside University of Arizona. Here I will introduce Arizona and Kazakhstan. This is the name of the program. We also had it's in the past tense now a program in Moscow, one program in theater and performance, regular language program, and a program in history, Russian history, and also in Moscow. At this point, we don't know what is going to happen with these programs, but now Arizona and Kazakhstan are leading program. As of now, we offer in a summer study abroad program in Nur Sultan. This summer is already closed, but we are offering a few courses on campus at U of A, elementary Russian class. So we offer fully online, and we have a very innovative approach. We use a lot of interactive activities in our online classes. That this course can be combined with the multicultural Russian East European cinema classes that are also offered in this coming summer online, fully online. We can go to the next slide, please. In Kazakhstan, we are based in Astana. Today is Nur Sultan, a beautiful modern city. Looks a little sci-fi to me, and known as a Dubai of the North. We are based at Eurasian National University. This is our micro campus location for the entire university. This is where we hold not only language courses, but other courses in other disciplines. Specifically, the Russian language program, and if we can go to the next slide, is based at Eurasian National University School of Translation, and we're working with their faculty. Their faculty are teaching in the program. And some of the features are, and if we can go to the next slide, that we offer all levels of Russian, 4 years, from first year to fourth year, very advanced. But the unique highlight of our program is that we are doing the bilingual program. We are requiring students to pursue Russian and Kazakh. And for the Kazakh language courses, students only have 2-3 hours a week. We call it a survival Kazakh language course. It's very practical, and students learn to perform daily functions in Kazakh, and they get to practice, being in Kazakhstan, they get to interact in Kazakh with the local citizens. We also offer a number of culture courses on Kazakhstan, including the culture course entitled Kazakhstan, the Heart of Eurasia. Students live in dorms, which are located about 10 minutes walk to campus, and all students are provided with a meal plan, and there are conversation partners that meet local students, and they meet with American students on a daily basis. Many excursions and activities in Nur Sultan. It's a very vibrant, diverse area. My favorite is hunting with eagles, where students get to experience a very local cultural tradition. The summer program is 6 weeks long, and the cost is about $4,500. This changes a little bit, but around $5,000, $4,500. This is our average cost. And finally, we are starting to offer semester-long programs at the same institution, starting from spring 2023. And those programs will have the language component, as well as courses in English taught by local professors at the university. And I have a couple of pictures to share with you as well. If we can go to the next slide. These are some of our students from our previous years. And the last slide is my information. Again, my name is Lyudmila Klimanova. I'm Director of Arizona and Kazakhstan. If anyone has any questions, I'm happy to interact with you.
Thank you very much, Lyudmila. SRAS.
Okay. Thank you, and I apologize if my connection goes bad on me. I'm hoping to pray that this works when I'm on mic and it gives me priority over the internet here. I'm actually in Bishkek right now. As some of you may know already, we ended up actually evacuating our students out of Russia this spring. And so we have quite a large group in Bishkek right now. So just doing a little bit of checking in on that and also planning for this summer, which is also extremely large because we also, in addition to a very large cohort of our own this summer, we co-host the Arizona State CLI program as well in Bishkek. So we have really quite a large group. All of these changes in a way have been, obviously there's a lot of negative to it and then the broad scheme, but in a positive way really spurred a lot of developments here. It's sort of forcing a development of a brand new dormitory for our students here in Bishkek. There's a lot of systems going into working with larger numbers of students. That's quite helpful. So in brief, what we're doing this summer is we do have a program here in Bishkek. We've been in Bishkek since I think 2007, 2008. So this is not a transition for us. This is somewhere we've been for quite a while at this point. Hosted a lot of students in particular who had to go to locations such as Bishkek, Mawr students, Gilman, others who for Project Go who've been restricted. So we have 2 programs in the summer. One is entirely language, intensive language. It actually works out because they operate on 60-minute hours here.
Let's see, Renee, we may have lost you. Do you want to try turning off your video and continuing? Renee, can you hear us? I'm going to suggest that we move on and we'll come back to Renee, who hopefully will be able to rejoin and finish the presentation on SRAS in Kyrgyzstan. So we're at 2 American councils.
Hi there, everybody. My name is Max Shelton, and I am the recruitment and outreach coordinator for American Council's Study and Research Abroad. This is a relatively new position for me because before the war began, I was the resident director for our Russian Language and Area Studies program in St. Petersburg. With the advent of the war, American Councils has sprung into action, assisting our colleagues and partners in Ukraine while also relocating our Russian programs to sites that are more feasible for us at this time. And I believe that the actions that we took in Ukraine and relocating our programs are representative of who we are as an organization. We can move on to the next slide there, Ian. And I think that's what makes us, well, sets us apart in that we are mission-based, in that our programs are designed to create and strengthen international ties between people from different backgrounds and through the exchange of language, of culture, and of education. And that, I believe, transmits directly to our students when they are on program, in that many of our students, of course, come on our programs to learn the hard skills of foreign languages and the soft skills of cultural competency. But in reality, they're mostly learning about themselves and learning about their direction. And we see a great retention rate in the Slavic field from our alums who finish our programs. And I can speak to that myself as a Russian Language and Area Studies program alum from 2011 and resident director in St. Petersburg since 2018. Ian, we can move on to the next slide real quick. We have pivoted our Russian Language and Area Studies program to our pre-existing site in Almaty, Kazakhstan. We've had a site there since 2014. We have a full cohort going there this summer. So to make room for those who want to continue studying Russian but can't go to Kazakhstan because the cohort is full, we are opening up a new site in Yerevan, Armenia. I'm very proud to be going there this summer as resident director with our students. We have about 15 students going there this summer, and hopefully that program will experience good longevity in the future. In addition to RLASP, that's the Russian Language and Area Studies program, we offer the Russian Heritage Speakers program, the Balkan Language Initiative, and the Eurasian Regional Language Program. These are all intensive language programs that are very similar in structure to our sort of hallmark program, RLASP, and there are Russian elements available in the Balkan Language Initiative and the Eurasian Regional Language Program, depending on the students' interests. I should also mention that we have an internship program that we call OPIT. It's Overseas Professional and Intercultural Training Program. which can involve a Russian element, once again, depending on the candidate's interests. We can move on to the next slide here. And really quickly, just 15 to 20 hours of intensive language instruction, and then credit through Bryn Mawr, among a slew of other things for students. Next slide, Ian. And our deadlines, I should mention, our last online is still open for summer 2022 until the end of this month. Spring 2023, October 15th, and then summer 2023, February 15th. And final slide, Ian. And if, of course, anybody has any questions, please feel free to reach out to me via email, social media, and if you are interested in learning more about what American Councils is doing to support for Ukraine, the bottom link here is available on the slideshow. Thank you all so much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Max. We, I think, have Renee back from SRAS. Renee, are you able to?
We'll try to do this quick because I'm a little nervous about this internet connection here. So again, we'll have two programs in Bishkek. One will be language focused, again, very intensive in terms of classroom hours, but that's can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? Yep, okay. Okay, so at Bishkek, again, we'll have two programs. One will be language only focused with a combination of classroom activities, outside activities, engaging in the language in a variety of manners between games and movies and visits around town. Peer tutoring is included for all students. Most students will stay in the dorm, but we do have quite a few students also doing homestay, which is always an option with our programs. That's the students all travel to Issyk for a three-day weekend, all the adventures of yurt building and eagle hunting. We also offer an optional trek, 3-day mountain trek on horseback, which it seems like this summer almost everybody is doing. So we have that going out in rotations of, of smaller groups. Then in parallel with this, we have our Geopolitics of Central Asia program, which is at the core, it's a 6-week program in English of 2 courses, one the geopolitics of Central Asia, the other identity in Central Asia. This includes a 1-week trip to Uzbekistan, as well as the 3-day mountain trek. So it's a very, very intensive period of time, the 6 weeks. Students can also opt to come 4 weeks ahead of that for 4 weeks of language leading into that program. These programs are actually full at the moment. We have closed applications. We can take some limited exceptions. It's very much on a case-by-case basis to see that they fit into not only a current language group by level, but also the housing. We're really counting beds at this point. And so it's the advantages to those who can do homestay, or it's really just a lot of aligning the stars for any students at this point. Also this summer, we have programming in Batumi. This is done with our partners with whom we normally work in Kyiv, Nova Mova. So this is a shift. This is not the first time this has happened. It also happened, of course, after Crimea. So this is not the first time we're in Batumi. And what will happen is a good number of the staff and teachers from Nova Mova in Ukraine will be located in Batumi during this period in the summer and running essentially what we would run in Kyiv in Batumi, a 10-week, 8-week, 6 weeks, and even a 4-week option. At this point, we've more or less closed the 10 and 8-week options because they start already at the end of May. But we could take student applications still for the program starting around June 25th or later. Similar concept of peer tutors. These are all homestays in Batumi. Active activities with the language. A lot of the other outdoor activities. We'll go to Svaneti for hiking in the mountains, Kutaisi. So it's just really, as it's turned out now, a lot of students are going to have to adapt to, I would say, not only other countries, unlike their expectations of perhaps of going to Russia or Ukraine, but it's definitely a lot more, I would say, outdoors, nature-based is going to be the experience this summer for many, which is nice in a way. It's for everybody to just sort of get out and experience the culture and also have great name in the fall. The only difference, so Bishkek will be the same with the option for language only. It's very similar to the summer configuration, but spread over a longer period of time. And these are Central Asian Studies program, which is a language intensive plus 2 courses in English. One, the New Great Game, which is more geopolitics based. The other is Understanding Central Asia. So those add up to 18 credits of a combination of language and subject matter. Students on the Central Asian Studies program travel to Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan during that program. Students doing our Russian as a second language program have the option to join those. They can either have 2 weeks off to themselves for travel, or we tend to organize one trip domestically for those students and for any students who are not able to travel. For example, the spring Boran students, even though some others could go to Uzbekistan, the Boran recipients were not allowed to travel. So we organized a week in Osh for them instead. So there'll always be this sort of configuration to be able to join travel. Ian, you think you were going to interrupt?
Yeah, may I invite you to share one last exciting thing about your program?
I think, yeah, the exciting, I guess I can't call it exciting, but I guess the reality is we're, we've been in multiple locations thus far. So this is something where we consider ourselves lucky in the ability to have been able to evacuate students and provide that continuity this spring, and to be able to keep things going this summer. And we're already thinking ahead to how this will all play out, after this fall. We're hoping, of course, to get back into Kyiv. Hopefully we get back to Russia as well, but this is really giving us all an opportunity to really highlight these other locations that I think should be on students' maps as well. So there's some, in this tragedy, there are some opportunities, I think, that we're looking forward to being a part of.
Thank you very much, Renee. We're going to hear from one final program, Learn Russia in the EU.
Okay, my name is Sergei Simonov. I run Learn Russian in the European Union program in Daugavpils, Latvia. Next slide, please. First of all, this summer will be as busy as usual, and we'll have at least 7 programs for US universities and 3 to 4 programs for European universities, plus many individual graduate and PhD students. So basically, we will not accept any new students for summer programs. And we can share with you information about semester abroad programs this fall and next spring. First of all, we have programs like Russian language and literature culture, or Russian and political science, Russian and East European studies, Russian and STEM. Our program are very highly customized. Our students may choose from more than 90 Daugavpils University courses. Daugavpils University awards ECTS credits for transfer to US homes universities. We are also going to run a winter break program, but the details will be available a little bit later. By the way, semester abroad is this fall semester is still accepting applications, and the deadline is July 31. So please tell your students. Next slide, please. Yes, that's what I have said already. And yes, the winter break program will be finalized by September. Next slide, please. What is making us different? First of all, Daugavpils is a Russian-speaking city, the largest Russian-speaking city in the European and NATO. Also important that we are located in the central, in Latvia, which is very similar to Central Russia. People, culture, traditions, lifestyle, landscape is looking just like Russia. It is very important. And yeah, no visa is required. So this makes sense. Next slide, please, the last one. So these are the links that I recommend following, and our information will be shared with all participants. Thank you for listening. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Sergei. Thank you to all our presenters.